Hello friends, welcome to Farzana Saldi Bakes and Cooks. As you can see, I'm wrapping a shawl around me. It's getting a little chilly in here. But I'm loving the weather. It's very pleasant and very beautiful. So let's see what we have in our kitchen today or what recipe I'm going to share. Dear viewers, it's Mughlai Paratha Day today. Mughlai Paratha is a popular Bengali street food which is believed to have originated in Bengal Suba during the time of Mughal Emperor. The dish is believed to be prepared for the royal court of Mughal Emperor Jahangir. Traditionally, Mughlai paratha has a stuffing of minced chicken or mutton on which the layer of egg yolk is applied and then deep fried. We will need half kg of ground meat or minced meat. It can be chicken, mutton, beef or lamb. Place a pan on medium heat and put the ground meat into it without any oil in it. Now this is the first step that I used because the ground lamb that I used had a lot of fat in it and I wanted to do away with the fat. And if the meat that you're using doesn't have any fat or has less fat and you're okay with it, then proceed from the second step onwards. As you can see that I broke the meat into small pieces and turned them in and out so that the fat is released. As you can see, there's a lot of fat that's come out. Now I remove this from the gas and strain it in a strainer so that all the fat is out. Keep the meat aside and let's check on the ingredients. 1 onion cut into small cubes, 2 green chilies chopped into small pieces, 1 teaspoon ginger paste, 1 teaspoon garlic paste, salt and pepper to taste, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon coriander powder, half teaspoon chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder, that's optional, and 1 teaspoon homemade garam masala powder. The links given in the description box, or you can use any other garam masala powder that's available. 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro and around 3 tablespoons of scallions chopped. Place a pan on medium heat and add a tablespoon of oil in it. Once hot, add in the onions and green chilies. Saute till the onions are a little transparent but not brown. Then add in the ginger and garlic paste and saute a few seconds till a nice aroma comes out. Now add in all the dry ingredients. Saute and add a little bit of water into it so that it doesn't burn. Once the oil is released, now we add in the meat. You can add in the raw meat if you're using it now and give it a good stir and let the meat cook till done. Once the meat is cooked, add in the chopped cilantro and scallions into it. Give it a good stir. Off the gas and keep the meat aside to cool. Now let's make the dough for the paratha. For the paratha, we will need 2 cups of all-purpose flour or maida, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons of oil or ghee, whichever you prefer, and lukewarm water as required. Take a bowl and add in the all-purpose flour into it, add in salt and give it a mix. Now add in the ghee or oil, mix them up all well. This blending of oil and flour is very important because this will help in the crispiness of the paratha. Now add in lukewarm water and mix the dough well. Usually water is added little bit at a time so that you have control over the dough. Now use your hands to give it a good mix and form into a tight dough but soft at the same time. The dough shouldn't be too hard or too soft. It should just be normal, and once you are done with the dough, sprinkle a little bit of oil over it. Cover and keep it aside for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, remove the cover and knead the dough once again. Knead it for at least 5 minutes or so till you are happy with the softness of the dough. Now roll it into a log and divide it into 5 parts. If you want the parathas a little bigger, you can divide the dough into 4 parts. Make sure that all the balls have been divided equally. If not, adjust them accordingly. Now we take one ball and bring the dough from the outer side to the inside, tuck it in into the center and make it a small flat ball and then leave it aside for a few minutes. Now apply some oil over the rolling pin and on the board so that the dough can spread out easily and evenly. Roll out the dough evenly into a square, round or rectangle, but not too thin, otherwise it might tear. Then we add in the filling in the center. The filling depends on the size of the paratha. If the paratha is small, put less filling, and if the paratha is bigger, put more filling. Then we fold in from the sides. Usually the longer side is folded in first from both the sides as shown in the video, and make sure to press it a little bit towards the edge and then bring the other 2 sides over it and press it down a little bit. While folding, you really need to be careful so that the paratha doesn't tear, because if it tears, all the stuffing will be coming out. Now use the rolling pin very lightly over the paratha. Don't press it too hard or it might tear. Or spread it out with your hands evenly. For the first paratha, heat a tawa or pan on medium heat. Once hot, add some oil into it and add the paratha over it. Move it a little bit so that the oil gets to the base of the paratha well. After a few seconds, flip it over and add little more oil so that the paratha gets golden and crunchy and crispy. You need to move around the paratha constantly to get an even golden color. Flip it over once again. Oh my, just look at the color, isn't it beautiful? And press the sides so that it gets cooked. Since Mughlai parathas are a little thick, so as shown in the video, we'll try to make the edges little golden in color so that it looks even and nice. So once you are satisfied with the color, your Mughlai paratha is ready. Move it to a plate that has a tissue in it so that it soaks up the extra oil. For the second paratha, we will heat a pan with lot of oil in it for deep frying the parathas. For this paratha, we break an egg and add salt and pepper into it and beat it up well and keep it aside. Next, roll out the dough as shown before into a round triangle or square, the same way that we did in the first paratha. Add the meat filling that was cooked earlier in the center of the paratha. Add a few tablespoons of the egg mix over it. And then we add some mozzarella cheese or Amul cheese or any other cheese of your choice and some grated carrots over it, and fold the longer side first as shown earlier in the first paratha and press the edges firmly so that the egg liquid doesn't go out and keeps in place. Now fold the other two sides and spread it out slowly with your hands or with the rolling pin, but taking care not to break it, otherwise the egg liquid will come out. Meanwhile, the oil is already hot, so we deep fry these parathas. Keep moving the parathas slowly, but do not burn your hands as the oil is piping hot. After a few seconds, flip the paratha over very slowly so that you don't spill oil all over. See the golden color, doesn't it look very beautiful? Oh, these parathas really taste good if they are deep fried. But even the tawa paratha tastes awesome. Once you got the desired color, move it onto a plate that has a tissue below so that it soaks up the extra oil, and then continue frying all the other parathas. Did you hear that? The sound says it all. These crispy parathas really taste good with ketchup or with yogurt. Or you can make some raita or any other sauce on the side. Hope these recipes were easy for you to follow. Do like and share with your friends and family. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed us yet. Thank you for all your time, support and love. Take care and be safe. Bye-bye.